To be acknowledged as king of a classic is an honour bestowed on few riders. Only a handful of men have become synonymous with the classics they came to dominate. Eddy Merckx will remain the ultimate king with 21 victories in the one-day races. Roger de Vlaeminck tamed the pavé 4 times in the Paris-Roubaix. Moreno Argentin will always be known as the king of the Ardennes, taking 4 victories in the Liège-Bastogne-Liège. The only current rider with the credentials to match the one-day success of those greats from the past is Johan Museeuw. Since 1991, his record speaks for itself. But it's the Tour of Flanders which holds the greatest appeal for Belgium's favoured son. But for this photo-finish defeat at the hands of Gianni Bugno, Museeuw would be celebrating 3 consecutive wins in the Flemish Classic. Apart from runner-up positions in 1991 and 94, Museeuw claimed his 2nd win ahead of Frank Masson last year. It makes him the current king of La Ronde. Museeuw modelled his early career on that of Roger de Vlaeminck, another Belgian legend who excelled both in road racing and cyclocross. He was also encouraged by his father, himself a keen amateur rider.
I gave him a small racing bike, and he went out to cyclocross in the pouring rain. He rode through mud, and when he returned drenched from head to foot and covered in dirt, he just looked at me and said, "Look, Dad, I've just had my first training session."
His success in one-day races comes as a direct result of his cyclocross training, tailor-made preparation for tackling the harsh conditions and terrain of spring's toughest races. Regular consultation with Mapei's 3 doctors ensures that Museeuw has the very best in modern medical backup. Stamina developed whilst riding cyclocross, when added to a naturally powerful athletic frame, make him an ideal sprinter. On top of that, sheer dedication to modern training techniques makes him one of the toughest competitors on the one-day circuit.
Because of the terrain being more difficult now, the trainers have changed their technique. Before, I just used to ride for 6 hours at 30 kilometers an hour. But now, with the involvement of computers and heart rate monitors, a lot has changed. Everything is more accurate. Now I know scientifically whether I've had a good training session, whereas before I would just ask myself whether I trained hard enough or too hard. With these methods, you can't question anything.
Since his breakthrough with 2 sprint stage wins in the 1990 Tour de France, the 30-year-old Mapei rider has matured into a classics specialist, one of a handful of riders to achieve consistent performances in the one-day classics, both on the pavé and the Poggio. Not many riders have been able to threaten Museeuw's recent domination. However, Ukrainian Andrei Schmil is an exception. Museeuw's former teammate has always pushed him close at Flanders, but finally managed to get one over the Belgian in an epic rain-sodden hell of a north 2 years ago. The Paris-Roubaix had always somehow eluded Museeuw, with more pressure on him to succeed at Flanders. However, this year Museeuw has finally been able to claim the unofficial title of King of the Classics with his coronation at the Mapei orchestrated Roubaix.